is Crystal with Pineapple Papers, and it is day 7 of 30 Days of Sketches with Christy's Beautiful Life. Today's sketch comes from Karen Lee. I'm not exactly sure. I apologize. And it also says Dolly's Dreaming at typepad.com. So definitely check her out. This sketch is totally up my alley. Like, it is simple and there's lots of white space, and I absolutely love the look of this kind of sketch and this kind of layout. Unfortunately, I have a really hard time doing this. And I don't know why. I think it's because I'm definitely a more is more, and I'm just like, wait, it's going to need more. It's going to need more. So I started my more with a stencil. So this is a brick stencil. It's a 6x6 stencil. And I really love it, but I do think that I am going to have to get the 12x12 brick stencil from Scrapping Reflections, because I feel like that is definitely one that I would use a lot. Like I just love the look of brick. It's like a wood grain almost. Like, it can go with anything. And I really wanted to incorporate that because in the photo is our fireplace, which is stacked stone. It's not brick, but same kind of idea. And I'm using a silicone brush to put it through the stencil, and I am using Simon Hurley's lunar paste called Slippery When Wet. And this layout wasn't completely dry, so it was still a little slippery, but I'm gonna work with it. So that's basically going to be like the background layer. And now I'm going to work on layering around my photo and then the background pieces. So because it is one of those, like, I don't want to say simple because it's really not simple, but a lot of white space. I decided to go with the Maggie Holmes Gather collection because I don't have any 12x12 left of that collection. I only have a 6x6 paper pad. So I thought it was a good one to work with. So I started matting my photo. Now, I didn't trim my photo down. I could have, and then the mat would have went all the way around, but I was really trying to use some scraps. So I'm not sure that they would have fit anyway. So I started with 2, and then I was like, okay, I don't want my mat to be super heavy. I'm going to use some more pattern paper in the background. So I have a black and white, and then I have kind of a teal, green, and pink, and that goes really well with our jammies. And so, interestingly enough, of course, I didn't have enough to go all the way down. So I am going to tear it so it looks like it goes all the way down, but it doesn't. And then I decided to fishtail banner the bottom or the colorful pieces of pattern paper that I have. And instead of putting them on top, I actually put them on bottom. So it's actually opposite of the top, which is a little bit different. It's almost like it started and then it slipped back behind. So it kind of makes your eye do a little like, what's going on here? Because you would expect, if you're looking down through the picture, that you would see the pattern paper, the colorful pattern papers on top of the black and white, which is not the case. So curious what your thoughts are as far as how that makes your eye kind of work. So once I have that put together, I'm going to glue it down with some Nuvo Deluxe adhesive because it is mixed media and I feel like it needs a wet adhesive. So then I am going to start working on the side pieces. So There's kind of an upper part and then a lower part where the arrows are. So I am going to dig into, this is kind of more of a random Maggie Holmes bag. I think there's Bloom in here, there's Gather, there's Sweet Story, I think, just several little bits. And so I actually don't use a ton. I do keep this very minimal. I pull this cute little deer and then I pull a tab to the top. And then I do a couple of, I guess those are like labels. And I'm going to find a circular piece that says, let's lay in the sun and count every beautiful thing we can see. Well, that's really kind of funny because we're not, I mean, we're laying down, but we are not in the sun. We are on our couch in our jammies. And beautiful things, well, that's, that is in the eye of the beholder, if you like feet or not. So we're sitting on the couch one night and Julianne's like, look, Mom, I have butt toes. And I was like, what? And so she bends them over and you kind of, I'm like, that's really funny. So of course I had to try it out too, to check out and see if I had butt toes, which, of course, I think we all do. I don't think that's like something that is abnormal. Just, it's all about perspective. So I go ahead and do my title of butt toes. And then I'm trying to find something to do with these arrows. Well, I found these rub-on arrows and I cannot get anything to rub off at all. Like, I even tried on a scratch piece of paper and I am really going at it and I could not get it off. So sad to say, but I did a thing and I threw them away because I couldn't get them to work. And I was actually worried that if I cut them out and just used them like as an acetate piece, that then they would partially come off. And so I was like, yep, forget it. So I did go ahead and do sketchy lines around the border. And then I made some journaling lines, which I have journaled, and I did have the word beautiful. So my title is going to be Beautiful Butt Toes. And you can see my journaling right there. I actually messed up. So I just put a tiny word sticker that says Fun and Fresh. So there is my layout. I hope you enjoyed it. Remember to wear your crown and check out the playlist, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.